When it comes to discuss about the risk associated with every stock, no one can deny the importance that is taken by alpha and beta. These two measures are very important when we study about the risk of individual scripts, right? CRL. So CRL is the abbreviation denotes the characteristic regression line, right? So it's a very simple linear regression model. Normally these are used to estimate a particular stock against the market index return, right? That usually helps the investor to study the diversifiable and undiversifiable risk. Normally in this model we see certain items, right? We study here about the index return, the importance of index return and the script return, alpha and beta. So before we go ahead doing sums, you must know the importance of beta, right? So beta in the regression line, we denote that beta is a slope of a characteristic regression line. So what is actually a beta? You must understand that beta is a relationship, right? When we say relationship, there are two items involved, right? So it is the relationship between the stock return and the index return, right? So we normally say beta of 1, beta of 2, beta of 0.5, beta of -1 or -2. There is some numbers they give, some values they give. Normally in market, investors must have heard about, every expert say always choose where the beta is 1. So what is beta 1? So you must understand what is these values are normally carried, what meaning they carry, right? So beta 1, positive 1, I'm talking about the positive 1 of beta. So here it means if I say a particular script, if it has got beta value of 1, it means if there is 1% change in the market index on return, exactly same 1% change that would happen with the stock return. So that indicates that the stock moves in tandem with the market, right? Very positive. It just goes in tandem with the market. 1% market moves, exactly the stock also moves by 1%, right? If I say beta 0.5, right? 1%, if the market index return, that causes 0.5% change in the stock return, right? So the stock is less volatile. If I say a beta, a script of a beta of 0.5, we say that stock is very less volatile, means very safe. Even the market crashes, the stock seems to be not much affected. It doesn't behave erratically compared to how the market behaves, right? If I say beta 2, on the other hand, if I say beta 2, right? 1% change in market index return, what will happen to a stock return? That changes 2%, right? For example, these stocks are very risky because they are highly volatile. In a very positive bull market, okay, a stock of a beta 2, right? If the market moves by 10% up, the stocks will move 20% up. It's good, but we should also think about the other side of the coin. Where there is a decline of 10% in the market return, the stock with a beta of 2, that would give a negative return of 20%. So the stock with more than 1 beta values, we have to consider that they are very, very risky, right? So negative beta value, what does it indicate? The stock return moves in the opposite direction of the market return, right? It is exactly opposite. It doesn't go in line with, it doesn't correlate positively with the stock return. So a stock with a negative beta of -1, that would provide a return of 10% if the market declines 10%, right? We say negative beta means if positive 1, okay, market going by 1%, the stock also will go by 1%. If it is beta -1, if the stock declines by 10%, the stock will go positively with the 10%. So there are beta calculation for the negative return also you can take, right? So stocks with negative beta normally resist the decline in the market return. So the stocks with negative returns are very rare. That doesn't happen. So beta carries a very important place when it comes to assessment of risk for the scripts. right? So what is alpha, right? Alpha is the intercept, right? It's an intercept of a CRL, right? CRL, intercept of a CRL, we call it as an alpha. What does it indicate? The alpha indicates that the stock return is independent of the market return. So much of a market will not get affected. That's what they say. But a positive value of alpha, if your scripts of alpha are very positive sign, they say it's a very healthy sign. So positive alpha values would yield positive return. So that is a portfolio theory. What portfolio theory denotes? If they say that in a well diversified portfolio, the average value of alpha of all the stocks, they normally turn out to be 0. So this is what you must understand when you are going to calculate the alpha and the beta. So here there is a very good example for understanding how the linear regression model that we are going to adopt for this sum. So here the following data. So here set of data is given with the index return and there is a script return. So you must understand the following data give the market return and the Sun's company scripts return. So this is about one company called Sun's company. They have given the return for a particular period. So whenever there was a market return 0.50, the script return was 0.30, 0.50, it was 0.60. So what you must understand, first they are asking you to calculate the beta value, right? The beta value of the Sun company's return. And if the market return is 2, for example, if your market return changes, right, market return is 2, what would be the script return, right? Okay, we'll just see how we calculate first the beta. So to calculate beta, it is given very well. The script return is always denoted in RI and the index return is denoted RM. So what are the two items you require? You need to find out RI minus R bar, summation of RI minus R bar into RM minus R bar M divided by index return, right? You need to find out the script, multiply the script, index and script divided by the index return. So this is the formula. So for this, I have to first find out RI minus RI bar. So first find out RI bar. How do you find out RI bar? RI bar so the component first you have to find out the summation of all RI divided by the number of items like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 items. So you have to find out RI minus RI, R bar, then RM minus RM bar. You have to find out, and summation of RM minus RM to the whole square. So one by one we'll go. So here I said RM, this is RM is the index return. RM minus R bar, I found out the RM. RM is summation of RM by N. 5.4 by 9 is equal to 0.6, right? So I think it is 9. Yeah, it's 9 items. And RI, again total summation of all these divided by 9. So you get RI bar is 0.5, RM bar is 0.6. So I can very easily find out this RM minus RM bar, right? And to the power of 2, and similarly I found out, and I don't need to require, the formula requires this item, and this item. So I don't need to find out this, I don't need to find out the square root of these values, which is not required, right? So I just finish what I need to do, I'm just doing it. So RM minus RM bar, then I'm finding out the square root value, then RI minus RI bar, then I'm multiplying these two, column 2 and column 5. So I'm multiplying and I'm finding out the summation values I have. Now I'm just going to apply that into a formula. So here I have these value 4 point here this, okay. Here this value I just have to put here, then these values divided by this value. So when you put 0.12 divided by 0.16, you will, so this 0.16 you will get 0.75. So this is the beta value. You just directly have to put that beta value. It is all formula. You just have to find out the average and then put that into minus you have to find out, then multiply, that's all. It's very simple. Just a very simple formula. Only thing you need to remember the formula for the calculation of beta. Then how do we calculate the alpha? Alpha is you have to calculate RM bar minus beta RI. So market index minus beta scrip index. So it is alpha is the difference between the average of index return and the average of scrip return multiplied with beta. So 0.5. So this is 0.5, which is RI bar. So RI bar 0.5 minus, I have beta value multiplied with RM bar. So 0.05. I got the beta value as 0.75, right? Now, what I have to do, they are asking if the market return is 2, what will be the scrip return? So the formula to find out a particular scrip return, right? The formula is alpha plus beta RM. So alpha we have 0.05 plus beta we have 0.75 into the market return they have given 2, right? So when you multiply 0.05 plus 0.50, we get 1.55, right? So RI, so I get the scrip return 1.55. Right, so this is how we calculate the beta value. So beta value is exactly not 1. So beta value for this script, what is given for the sum, the script is actually not highly volatile. It is not in tandem, it is less volatile compared to a index return. So it is not a very risky script. That is what we need to say. Even when the market return is 2, right, it is little higher than 1.55, and it is to some extent in tandem with the market return.